this section deals with the disease Hika. So in the video regarding Shwasa Roga, the introduction part, we have seen about the common factors that are involved in Shwasa and Hika. In Charaka Samhita, the Nidanas for Hika and Shwasa are told as saying, and even Charaka has explained a common Samprati for Hika and Shwasa. So predominantly, it's a Vata Kapaja disorder, and just like Shwasa, Hika is also of 5 types. So the term Hika indicates the clinical presentation of hiccup. Let us see the definition of Hika. So the first sloka is from Madhavadana, which is requoted from Susura Samhita. Muhur muhur vayurudedi sasvano yagrit plehandrani mukhadi vakshipan sakhoshavanashu hinastyasu yatastadastu hikka ityabhidiyade budaihi. So it's an episodic disease. Muhur muhur vayurudedi sasvano. So the vata gets expelled with a particular sound, causing shobha in the yagrit, pleha, andhra and mukha pradeshas. Sakhoshavan. So along with the sound, it gets expelled out, and such a disease is called as hiccup. We know that hiccup occurs in episodes. The mechanism is told as prana udaga annavahini srodamsi sakabho anilaha hikka karodi samruddhyaha. So there is involvement of prana, udaga and annavaha srodas sakabho anilaha, so that there is obstruction to vada by kava, and basically it is a vada kavaja disease. The involved srotas are prana, udaga and annavaha srotas. The types, as I told earlier, is of 5 types. Vagbhata in Ashtanga Hridaya says Shwasaika Hedu Pragrupa Sankhya Prakriti Samsrayaha, so that the Nidanas, Purarupa, Sankhya are same as in case of Shwasa Roga. The Prakriti here doesn't mean Deha Prakriti. Here the Prakriti indicates the Prakriti or nature of the disease. So both are episodic in nature, Shwasa and Hikka. And the classification is Bhaktodbhava, or it's also known as Annaja, Shudra Hikka, Yamala Hikka, Maha Hikka, Gambhira Hikka. So Bhaktodbhava is also known as Annaja Hikka, Shudra Hikka, Yamala Hikka, Maha Hikka and Gambhira Hikka. Charaka has told Vyabheda Hikka instead of Yamala Hikka. In Charaka, if we go through the Shwasa chapter, Charaka has explained separate Purarupas for Shwasa and Hikka. So this is the Purarupa of Hikka. Kanthorasor Guruttamcha Vadanasya Kashayata Hikkanam Purarupani Kuksher Atopa Evacha. So there is Gurutva in the Kantha and Ura Pradesha. There is Kashaya Rasada in the mouth, and there is Atopa. So these are the features of Purarupas of Hikka. Next, let us go into each of the Hikka. First is the Annaja Hikka. So this is typically induced by food intake. So either a rapid food intake or intake of spicy food items. So Maruttatra Tvaraya Ayukti Sevidehi. So Tvaraya, that means rapid eating. Ayukti, which is not congenial to the body. Ruksha, Tekshna, Khara, Asatmir, Annapane Pravidaha. So all these types of annas, Ruksha, Tekshna, Khara or Asatmya Annapana. So in such cases, what happens is the vada gets agitated and it causes a hikka. It is aruja, that means there are no other constitutional features apart from the hiccup, and it is manda shabda, kshabanuga. Sometimes it may be associated with the sneezing, and it gets subsided by satmya annapana. Shamam satmya annapanena ya prayadi sa annaja. So this is regarding annaja hikka. So this is typically induced by food intake. It doesn't cause any constitutional features and it doesn't need any treatment as well. except for Satmya Annapana. Shudra Hika is another type which doesn't need an active treatment because the cause is told as Ayasa. Ayasat Pavanaha Shudraha Shudra Hidma Pravartayat. So the term Shudra itself indicates that it's a very mild manifestation and there is no need of any active treatment. Jatrumula Pravisrutam. So it originates from the Jatrumula Pradesha, is Alpa Vega and Mrudu Vruddhi Ayasyado Yadi Bhukta Matreja Mardavam. So whenever there is Ayasa, it increases and it subsides by food intake. So this is Shudra Hika. This can be compared to a hiccup that can come at least in some susceptible individuals due to physical exertion. So basically this might be happening due to the stimulation of the diaphragm and it doesn't need any active medicines. It subsides with the help of food intake. So these two hikkas, Annaja Hika and Shudra Hika, they are subtle manifestations commonly considered as physiological rather than pathological. Next is the Yamala Hika. The term Yamala itself indicates the duality. That means there are two bouts of hiccup or two hiccups in every bouts. That is why the name Yamala Hika. Chirena Yamaler Vegir Ahare Ya Pravartade Parinamon Mukhe Vruddhim Parinameja Gachati. So the initiation is very late or very slow and it happens after the food intake and it increases during the digestive phase of the food and after the digestion it gets subsided and it produces other features like Kampayandi Shiro Griva. So there is Kampa of the Shiro and Griva during the bouts of hiccup. Adhmana will be there and there is Aditrishna, then there is Pralabha, Chardi, Adisara, Netra Vipludi Jrimbina. There is Jrimba and there is Netra Vipluda, so that there is excessive lacrimation. Yamala, Vegini Hitma, Parinamavati Chasa. So these are the synonyms of this Hika. Yamala, Vegini and Parinamavati. These three are the synonyms of Yamala Hika. So this has something to do with the food itself. So that it is triggered by food intake. It increases by during the phase of the digestion of the food and it subsides after the digestion. Next is Mahahika. This is a more serious version of the Hika. Stabda Bru Shanga Yugmasya Sasra Vipluda Chakshusha Stambhayandi Tanum Vajam Smridim Satnyancha Mushnadi. So there is Stambha of Bru Shanga Yugma. So both Shankas. Then there is Sasra Vipluda Chakshusha, reddish and lacrimating eyes. Stambhayandi Tanum Vajam. So that there is Deha Stamba and there is Vak Stamba. So obviously this indicates a patient who is in a coma stage, so that there is no facial movements, there is no speech and there is no body movements as such. So that is why Satnyamcha Mushnadi. Rundadi Margam Annasya, so that the patient is unable to take food. Kurvandi Marma Ghatanam, there is Marma Khata. Prishtado Namanam, so that there is features like Opistotonus or Emprostotonus, where the body bends up. So Prishtado Namanam, then Shosham, Mahahidma Pravartate. And the next line is very important. Mahamula, Mahashabda, Mahavega, Mahabala. So that the origin itself is with a very severe pathological process. Mahashabda, then Mahavega. So that the bouts are also very severe and Mahabala. So this is a life-threatening situation. As we have discussed in Shwasa, this might be a pathology that is occurring due to a central cause, so that there is any lesion in the brainstem area leading to this hiccup. Next is the Gambhira Hika. Pakvashyadva Nabherva Purvavadya Pravartade. So that it originates from the Pakvashya or Nabhi Pradesha or Purvavad. That means just like the Mahahika. Tadrupa Samuhu Puryat Jrimba Anga Prasaranam. So just like the previous one, it causes Jrumba and Anga Prasarana, so that there is involuntary movements of the body parts. Gambhirena Anunadena, so that there is a loud sound as well. So this is also a serious condition. This is called as Gambhira Hika. Next is the Sadhya Sadhyata. Tasu Sadhe Adye Dve, so that the both Annaj and Shudra are Sugha Sadhya. Varjed Ande, that means the two Hikas told at last, that is Maha and Gambhira, are Varjed, that means Asadhya. And Sarvalingam cha Vegini, if the Vegini or Parinamavadi or Yamala Hika, if it is with full of the features explained, then also it is Asadhya. Otherwise, Vegini Hidma is Sadhya. Sarvam cha Sanjidamasya Stavirasya Vyavainaha. All of these Hikas, especially in a patient who has Sanjita Ama or accumulated Ama, Staviras aged persons, and Vyavaina who has excessive sexual intercourse. Vyadivi Kshina Dehasya. That means if the body is Kshina due to other diseases, Bhakta Cheda. Here Bhakta Cheda indicates Arojaga. That means the patient has disinclination towards food intake. And Kshadasya, trauma also. In all these patients, all the Hikas are Asadhya. In Madhavadana, he has told Asadhya Lakshana elaborately. Ayamyade Hikkado Yasya Deho Drishticha Urdhvam Namyade Yasya Nityam. So that there is Deha Ayama or bending up of the body parts of the body. Then Drishticha Urdhvam Namyade, there is a conjugate deviation of the eyeballs upwards. Then Kshino Annadvesha. Then there is Shavadu Yasya Adimatrehi Dau Chande Varjet Hikkamano. So the last two Hikkas with the above features should be avoided, should not be taken for the treatment. Adi Sanjita Doshasya, Bhakta Cheda Krisasya, Vyadibhi Kshina Dehasya, Vruddhasya, Adi Vyavaina. This has been explained earlier itself. Asam Yasa Samutpanna, Hikka Handyashu Jeevidam, Yamigaja Pralabarthi, Moha Trishna Samanyada. So in Yamala Hikka, if it is associated with the Pralaba, Arthi, Moha, Trishna, then also it is Asadhya. Akshinascha, Api, Adinascha, Stira, Dhatu, Indriyasya, Tasya, Sadhaidum Shakya, Yamiga, Handyado, Anyata. So in Yamala Hika, in a patient who is Akshina, Adina, Stira, Dhatu, Indriya, in such patients, it is Sadhya. So this is regarding Hikka. Next, let us see the modern part. Hiccup is a reflex spasm of the diaphragm accompanied by a rapid closure of the glottis, producing an audible sound. Hiccups may occur individually or in bouts. The rhythm of hiccup tends to be relatively constant in a given patient. So the main body part involved in hiccup is the diaphragm. So the diaphragm can be either stimulated locally due to a local irritation of the diaphragm or due to a central cause. So the causes include physiological as well as pathological causes. In physiological causes, rapid eating, intense emotions such as fear, anxiety, excitement, joy or euphoria. So there are some individuals, especially who has a predisposition to developing hiccup due to these emotions. Carbonated beverages, alcohol, dry breads, and other some spicy foods. So this has been explained in Ayurveda in terms of Ruksha, Tekshna, Kara, Asatmer, Annapane. Then laughing. So these are the physiological causes that can trigger hiccup. Next is the pathological causes. Lesions irritating the diaphragm. For example, if there is a subdiaphragmatic abscess or any lesions below the diaphragm, as in case of a liver abscess. So any lesions that can irritate the diaphragm can lead to hiccup. Then there are brainstem lesions. So the central cause of hiccup. So the area involving ventral and lateral to the nucleus and tractus solitarius. And lesions of the medulla that involve the area slightly ventral and lateral to the nucleus and tractus solitarius. So the lesions in these areas can trigger pathological hiccup. So infections like pneumonia, central nervous system disorders like stroke, multiple sclerosis, tumors, meningitis, encephalitis, traumatic brain injury. So these are the CNS pathologies that can trigger hiccup. nerve damage or irritation, like as in vagus or phrenic nerve involvement, especially thoracic surgeries where vagal injury can happen, laryngitis, cysts, then goiter and gastroesophageal reflux can lead to hiccup. So that is regarding various manifestations or causes that can lead to hiccup. Then there are other causes like coughing, then metabolic diseases, diabetes, renal failure, and electrolyte imbalances. These can cause hiccup, especially metabolic diseases, diabetes, renal failure, and electrolyte imbalances. These causes central centrally activated hiccup. So usually in all these patients, especially when they are terminally ill, there will be manifestation of hiccup. So that is why Vagbhata has told, Sarvebhi roga nashaya natu evam shighrakarina hikka shwaso yada tautu mrityu kale kridaleo. So whenever the patient is in the terminal stage, they may develop either hiccup or shwasa. So these factors we have to keep in mind whenever we get a patient with a hiccup. But in routine practice, whenever we get a patient with a hiccup, usually if the patient is not sick, then it's a very subtle manifestation. It may be due to a local cause, so that we can wait and watch the patient. But whenever the patient has coexistent manifestations and the patient is severely ill, then always you have to look for the central causes and investigate and manage accordingly. So that is in short about hiccup.